TIFU. By not ever visiting my dad's grave. My dad committed suicide 25 years ago today. When I was 15. He was cremated and I went to the funeral. However, I never went to the scattering of his ashes, but they had a grave, memorial for him where we had a brass plaque made for him where they had scattered them, but I never visited so hadn't seen it. Not sure why we had a good relationship. He was a great dad. Whether it was due to finalizing his death, laziness, or whether it just felt weird, I don't know. Anyway, I decide today is the day I'm going to go visit. I didn't tell any of my family I was going there, and when I arrived, they've built a fucking car park for the cemetery on top of his plot. So now, due to my slackness, I will never get to see it. I rang my brother and he already knew, but since I hadn't been, he didn't want to disappoint me sooner, as he didn't think I'd ever go. So didn't think I'd ever find out. Also, depression as shit. Speak to someone. TLD or put off ever seeing my dad's memorial for 25 years, and now there's a car park built on him. Remember your dad in your heart and mind. The grave is just a physical representation to help us feel closer to them. But it is by no means the only, or even best, way to do so. Keep the memories of him in the back of your mind. Always. And he'll be with you. Damn. Usually these stories are funny, but this one is just sad, pensive face, sorry op. They built a parking lot on top of the cemetery? First of all, I don't see how that was legal without moving his marker. At least, second of all, someone should have told you when it happened so you would have time to pay your last respects. Can you visit a place where you had happy memories of your father and say a silent goodbye to him? There? Your father is right up there with kings and emperors. I know it's vastly disappointing. But maybe in 1,000 years someone will dig it up and wonder what great man he was. How the fuck were they allowed to build a car park over memorial plaques? Jesus. You just reminded me that I should probably find out where my dad is buried at some point. He died a few years ago, and I had cut off contact with him and that whole side of the family. And I just now realized while reading this that I have no idea where to find him. We never buried my granddad after he passed, as I think my nan found it exceptionally difficult to let go. There's a small beach where not far from their home where he used to go to secretly smoke. To me, that beach is his memorial, and I often visit it as a way to feel closer to him. Perhaps there was a place your dad was fond of that you could use to do the same. My dad attempted suicide when I was in high school. I don't have a relationship with him, aside from the occasional text or call. In a way, I hate myself for it. But I have my own shit to deal with. Most of it thanks to him. And he's not capable of helping me. IDK what to do. Whenever I'm around him, it just feels like a huge emotional tax. He can't be helped with most things. He'll never stand up, advocate for himself, and it's hard to be around. All he does is wallow in his problems. On the other hand, I'll sometimes gets these huge pangs of remorse that I know are going to grow with age. He's a person who deserves love, and he's alone for the most part. One day he'll be gone, and I don't think I'll be okay with myself if we never make it past this point in the relationship. IDK where to start. Depression, suicide is tough. Now I'm sitting at my desk crying. Sick start to Monday. Grave markers are for the living. Your dad surely didn't dream of a special plaque everyone could visit. So release yourself from the meaning that someone else gave to that spot and let yourself have your own way to remember. My dad's ashes are buried, but he didn't care or want a final resting place. To me, he isn't in the graveyard but in my memories of him and a few items I've kept. You've only missed out a cool stone, bro. Don't they usually move this kind of stuff when this happens? They built a car park over the grave of Richard III too. So your father technically now has a burial fit for a king. The dead are dead. It's messed up that they did that. But don't feel guilty. I've had dying relatives that I was very close to tell Emery not to waste my time alive with the dead. I understand completely. I don't do funerals or cemeteries well at all. I feel awkward and feel guilty that I just don't want to be there. It is hard to explain the feelings I get when I have to go to a funeral. Am I that detached from life and reality? It's been 2.5 years since I lost my mom to suicide. I also haven't been to her grave. This is making me think I'd better go before I regret it. I'm very sorry for your loss. Oh man, the cosmic irony of it all. Jesus man, that's gotta be frustrating. It'll be 10 years in 2 weeks for me since my father did the same. I feel for ya man when it comes to that. My dad committed suicide when I was 8. Today I am 27 and I have never gone to visit his grave. He was a wonderful father and I have no logical explanation for why I haven't gone, but I think I am going to take the trip this weekend. If you're a parent reading this and you're dealing with depression or any form of addiction, please talk to someone. Anyone, even if it's a stranger. I really wish my dad did that. I lost my father suddenly to a heart attack just over 13 years ago. I've only been to his grave a handful of times. Because it really doesn't do anything for me. To me, it's just a random spot on the ground that didn't have any significance until after his death. When I want to speak to him, I just talk. Because I know if there's a way for him to watch over me and listen to me, that's what he's going to do. No matter where I am. And if I want to feel a connection to him, I go stand by the water. Because he loved sailing and the sea. It means far more to me than being in some cemetery. I've also found that this poem helps. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.